god, that was really loud. Alright. Okay, oh my god. It's still so loud. Hi. Hello. Hello, gamers. Hello, hello, hello. Hola, Rika, amigos. It is I, Rika Readman, Calico VTuber, here today to present to you once again 2064 Read Only Memoreis, Chapter 4. So, fun little thing about this. Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 have a split path. You either choose to investigate the augmented eye and a lot of people die, or you choose to investigate another thing that I haven't investigated yet. Yeah, we're gonna find out what that is. Yeah, I have an addiction, like building an Edward Kenway EDH since I like Assassin's Creed. You know, I was looking at the Assassin's Creed cards and I'm like, these look like they could be pretty good. Like in their own like within their own archetypes and stuff. Not like splashable here and there. Yeah, pirates piloting vehicles, stealing cards, and building treasure tokens. You saw the thing I was brewing up in my brain, the Mardu artifact thing. Using Dollhouse, and then you make infinite tokens, and then the dude is like a million. Pretty cool. But it's also like a 3-card combo, so I don't know if that's super practical. But also it's EDH, so like it's probably practical. Consult with Ada regarding dolls. If Ada played Magic, I would. I did, however, ask Ada for a consultation, because I'm realizing I really like puppets. Puppets and like those kinds of dolls. Liza P? That was my goat. Hold on. I need to drink water. Chat, please remember to hydrate. Some of you in the chat may remember a certain time in the past when I used to have a hydrate redeem. I did not put a cooldown on it. People redeemed it like 25 times in a 2-hour period. I I had to keep getting up to go to the bathroom for like the entire night, every like 20 minutes. This is why you lost the right to have a hydrate redeem. Alright. It is currently 8:40 p.m. Eastern. So, let's get to the story. So, last time we were here, thank you, SRD. Last time we tuned in with this novel, rather. We finished the side plot about the augmented eye, and now we have to go on another route. A lot of people died. Unfortunately. And Turing is more depressed. I feel like this game is just one continuous experience of let's depress the little sentient robot. Let's continue.
Let's keep it the path we're on.
Okay. Looking at the plant? It's dead, Jim. You were never gonna make it anyway, Wilty. You asked the blob in the sink not to loiter, but it bubbles up at you. A lot of memories with that old thing, and a lot of spam. Alright, let's get out of here.
Ready to head out?
Oh, wait, I forgot. This is one of the novels where I can actually do this. Because it's, set up enough. Okay, let's head out. Alright, we are going to the Flower Mansion, chat. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wool gathering. I see we've arrived at the Melody Flores residence. It's quite impressive.
What is wool gathering?
But that's to be expected, considering that she is still
Oops.
the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite retiring from day-to-day operations at the company. I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
What can you tell me about Melody?
Not a whole lot. She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus. Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom. But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but...
Like, literally?
Well,
or...
I take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter. Stay on your toes.
Alright. Let's see. After the pirates, I'm going to have Umbris, Arabo, Alexios, Genway, the Wise Mothman as commanders. That's a lot of commanders. That is addiction. I've been thinking about more decks. I want to run a Grixis... Grixis? No. Golgari. Golgari deck with the Insect Planeswalker. And just every turn see mill one and keep going as long as you can. I do want to run a Grixis Be'lakor deck. That would be cool. And of course the funny deck that we came up with earlier. Plus I have Stella Lee Izzet deck. That's fun. I also have a Fairy Tribal Alayla Cunning Conqueror deck. Cunning Conqueror? No. Provocative something or another. The Esper one. Fun. However, money. I gotta save up money. Give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella. It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies. They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis. The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military, developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces. This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law. Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on. She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants. The company is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
Whew. Okay, so she doesn't seem horrible. Red is too messed up for you. Blue and black, your favorite colors, followed by green. For me, it's red, into blue, into black, into green, into white. I love red. Fun color. Very fun color. I want to build more decks with it. Of course, you know, because I started Playing again with the fairy precon from what is that set called? El 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 no, the fairy tale set, the recent one. There was a black and blue precon for fairies. So I have a black and blue base like in real life on paper. And I had to get a bunch of red cards. Not Bloomborough, Tales of something. Throne of Eldraine. Thank you. Thank you. Throne of Eldraine. Throne. Sorry. Yeah. I bought one of the Throne of Eldraine precons, so I have a blue-black base, and then I had to, and then I bought the red-blue precon from Thunder Junction. So now I'm looking to probably build that Mardu deck, so I need, like, some more white cards, mostly. It's probably going to be mostly red. Probably old cards. Actually, it's mostly artifacts. Tried to get into Magic and Eldraine and got Oko'd out of the game. Get owned. Isn't Oko banned in, like, everything now or something? I feel like I heard that, but I'm not sure. Alright. Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that. I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the Direct Link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors. I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
Okay. So the little robot boy has troubles differentiating reality from fiction. That's unfortunate. If you're getting white stuff, I can send you a free farewell. If you have extras, I would totally accept it. I'll need to see when we get a handoff, but that's something to discuss later. Let's go ahead and head in.
No time like the present, then.
What if I didn't head in? Bear statue. Small-scale bear statues guide the entrance to the mansion. Windows line the front of the house and broadcast the hints of an expertly designed den inside. It's framed with light blue curtains that probably cost more than your rent. Each. This looks like the buzzer for an apartment complex. He needs one of these just for one house? Is that a polar bear? Is that a bear Turing?
It appears so.
Here for the penguin.
Your guess is as good as mine. Mine says we can go in.
Okay.
Should we?
Probably.
Oh, wow! Swanky!
Swanky?
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms. Is swanky too out of date?
It's certainly before my time.
Oh, Ms. Flores! Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing.
Oh, I know who you are.
I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case. Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
Aw. Let the bear eat me. It's fine. Hmm?
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Well, either way, he's on a diet.
He's so cute! Cat, this bear is adorable, even if he does want to eat my penguin.
This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you. Do you understand?
Not really.
Look, I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him, either.
Right.
Okay. She's interesting. It seems like she has something. She's not really fazed by anything here. Done. Trying to remember where the 6th came from. SRD, sometimes you just get an extra card out of nowhere. Like, you know, like you've watched Yu-Gi-Oh! You've watched Yugi just like will cards into existence. Also, hi user has died on YouTube. This game is great. The voice acting, I really appreciate the voice acting. Apparently the original release didn't have any. So like, they re-released it with updated graphics and full voice acting, I think. It's pretty good, pretty high quality. I am really surprised that it's like not more popular. Doing a Wandering Emperor Teferi Temporal Pilgrim Planeswalker deck that was winning me weeklies. We love winning weeklies. Okay. Talk to the cat. He looks remarkably bored at all attempts at conversation. Okay. Talk to Pat. So, Gur and stuff? Oh, okay. I'll just talk to Melody.
If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course. But I'll share a secret or two with you.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
Please, Melody, any information you might have. We haven't had access to any of his research notes, and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that, beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that Parallax is known for that, of course. We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people. When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what happened.
I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance?
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been around long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
Also, thank you for the follow user died inside.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins.
You know. Don't worry about it, Turing. You see, when a mama rom and a daddy rom love each other very much, though they don't strictly have to conform to any gender presentation, they're robots. Usually not even humanoid robots. And also, you weren't created by two robots, you were created by a person. And there was probably no love involved. You know.
Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup. Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt?
Aunt? Oh, wait, let me fix that. It popped in a little lopsided. There we go. Perfect. No more melody face? Yeah, how dare you? How dare you shove her out of the way?
We'll go with that. I wouldn't mind being an aunt. Even to a blue-headed robot.
Also, hi, welcome to the stream, Gilliao.
I'm touched, Melody.
Well then, I'm willing to answer your questions. For now.
How did you help Hayden with Turing?
Indeed, I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience.
Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapience. At least not primarily. Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth.
Uh-huh.
Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix.
Wait, so he created sentient life by mistake? Possibly because he wanted to put his own brain in there?
You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that.
Oh, I didn't realize.
How would Turing's development help with digitizing the human mind?
The concept of transferring the human mind into a computer has been an attractive goal for decades. Functional immortality is a powerful lure.
Also, chat, can I just say her voice actor did such a good job.
The brain is an immensely complicated machine, and even though we know the right buttons to push to make pictures show up, we still can't replicate the entire thing as a technological construct.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's really complex, right? Like, it's so hard to understand how it works because a lot of it is electrical signals, and it's like, how do you translate those into concepts that ironically, like, the brain can process, right? But like on a different plane. Yeah, we gotta find Neo. Also, you can't give me the spray bottle. Like, I was just making a comment. I was complimenting the voice actress. That was not meant in any way other than wholesome.
Even with the virtual reality implants, we're really just relying on the brain's ability to make sense of nonsensical signals.
Yeah.
So Hayden decided the best way to make a machine more like the human brain would be to work in the opposite direction. Instead of mimicking how the human brain worked, he started writing code that mimicked the functioning of the human mind.
Okay.
Think of it like convergent evolution. Two species adapt in similar ways, but on completely different continents. Hayden is a crack programmer when it comes to information collating. It's why Parallax hired him when they did.
Uh-huh.
So he wrote a bunch of self-modifying learning algorithms that were, frankly, baffling and let them loose.
What do you mean by baffling, lady?
Poke and prod them here and there to make sure they value the same things humans do. And we eventually end up with you, Turing.
Interesting.
So, what she's saying is that Hayden programmed a bunch of, like, subroutines that just were supposed to emulate human morality, and then, like, kept tweaking them over time until they were perfected? That's a little macabre, don't you think? Don't you think that's a little, thinking about, like, creating something akin to a sentient brain, and then subjecting it to constantly messing with its thought waves and stuff over and over and over again until it's just right? I mean, well, if you reset the brain every time, then, like, it doesn't have any memory of it, so, like, it's not that bad, I guess. And, like, it also brings up the whole conversation of, like, is creating sentient life even ethical? Is actual artificial intelligence, not like this knockoff AI art stuff, like actual artificial intelligence, like, is it ethical, you know? Helicopter parenting becomes helicopter programmer. Oh my god, you're so right! Also, hi Fuse Hunter, welcome to the stream. Also, welcome to the stream, Makai, the Maximum Ninja. Do you believe Serena will beat Kula from KOF in Death Battle? Good question. Maybe. Yes, I believe so. Because I will help her cheat to win. I didn't have to use that voice, Gilia. I had to use the voice. It was my show of appreciation.
Hayden never revealed any of this to me.
I imagine he's pretty tight-lipped. You were the first prototype he considered a real success, and he was afraid of contaminating your development before he had a chance to make good observations.
Can you elaborate on your involvement?
If you can even call it involvement. It's a small city, and if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to the research logs behind our earlier implants. Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here. I couldn't care less about Flowers' patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do. I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that.
Don't tell him that.
Don't worry.
Every time Terry makes this face, I'm so upset that you're making me make this little robot boy depressed, but at the same time, like, it's so funny. I don't know what it is. It's so funny looking to me.
I won't.
Oh, that was a compliment, dear.
Aiden wasn't invested in Turing's development?
I didn't say that. Hayden was quite interested in Turing, even if he is just a step to further research. In fact, he was preparing to publish his findings involving Turing, and I know it's going to make one heck of a splash in the scientific community. See, the most impressive part about you, Turing, is that you're surprisingly stock.
I assure you, Melody, my construction involves only the latest and greatest in ROM prototype technology.
Exactly. You're not off the shelf, but you're still just a souped-up ROM, more or less like every other one out there. Your personality algorithms are impressive, but they don't require some new space-age technology to work. Hayden is going to propose that human consciousness transference does not require special brain-like hardware architecture, but merely the right software wrapper to interface with the hardware. Much like how you function.
I suppose that is correct. Still, my personality matrices do take up substantial amounts of my processing power. Wouldn't custom hardware have capabilities that better serve such a demanding specialized task?
Sure. There's still plenty of reason in trying to make a computer that works just like a human brain. Efficiency is an important part of that. But if Hayden can emulate the human mind in existing technology, it means we can start the immortality now, rather than waiting for hardware to catch up with Hayden's software.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
Frankly, I'm not terribly interested in living forever. But there's more than enough people who are.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Chat, if you were given the option to be immortal and live until the end of time, or not, would you take it? Would you allow yourself to be cursed to living on this earth forever? You know, in exchange for the fact that you never have to fear disappearing. I feel like, you know, the longer I said that sentence, the more I was like, you know, that might not be so bad. It depends on what you give up, right? Like in this case, you have to upload your consciousness into a ROM or a robot. And I'm like, that might be too much. Immortality would be cool, but I could live like Emmett Selk. I could live 100 of, you know, of your lifespans. I could handle it. I would go a little insane and then go sane again, you know. If there's still women in the future, I can make do. Oh my goodness. Y'all gamers in the chat, be wildin'.
Thank you for this, Melody. I understand so little of my origins.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know more of the specifics. Hayden kept me up to date on his progress, but only in the vaguest of ways. If you can hunt down his notes, I'm sure they'll tell you more.
Of course, we'll keep looking. Now, perhaps we could ask some other questions?
Sure.
What's the story between you and Fairlight?
Oh, hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years.
Is flashing daggers code for flashing something else at each other?
I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct link VR neural implants to System 1.
Cat, please tell me you can hear this music. This music is so good.
Things were going great, but after the first models sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me, literally. I turned him down, very politely, I might add, and then, suddenly all of the cooperation between our companies dried up.
That's kinda cringe.
We've been at it back and forth ever since. I'd be damned careful about trusting him if I were you. He's a snake, and he'll do anything he can to get what he wants. Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down.
I just want to say I called it. I was absolutely correct. They are flashing a little more than just daggers at each other.
It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
I aspire to be an old lady like this. I think that's everything we need to know.
Good. I can get back to my retirement.
Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it.
Okay.
I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you. Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh. I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere.
Honestly, I hope this lady and this Vincent guy don't end up dead like the other ones.
He owes me a favor anyway, and might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
That would be fantastic, Melody. Perhaps Golden Gate Park?
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
Cards? This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Oh, Turing.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more he's informed.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck.
I love that he started calling her Aunt Melody. That's so cute. I'm gonna pet the panda, or the bear. Pat is Melody's butler, not yours. He will offer service when and only when his mistress permits. Fainting chair? Use the fainting chair. This chair keeps a strict 1-to-1 human-to-animal ratio. Use Melody. Try again when you have a trust fund or hold a majority of a Fortune 500 company. Alright, let's get out of here. PG Park. Alright, chat, you ready to go to Guilty Gear Park? Guy.
Can I help you? I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone.
Are you Vincent Mensa? We're here for a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores.
Oh, good. You're Melody's people. Do you have everything that I asked for?
Wait, you asked for stuff?
There must be some miscommunication. Melody said that you would be able to provide us with some information about Hayden Weber's projects within Parallax.
Yeah, this like style of game is really cool. And like this is older, right? This is from 2015, I think, but like it's still really cool. I love this style.
He has gone missing, and any information we get may be useful.
Damn that old woman.
What?
We had a deal. She promised me, and I'm not giving up anything until I get what I need.
Oh, okay, what do you need?
I already know Hayden is missing. Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get out of the city. Instead, she sends the two of you, hat in hand with nothing. I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI?
Insulting, but accurate.
Look, I'm sorry to come off callous. I do want to help. Hayden was a colleague and a friend, and I want to know he's okay. But I also need help getting the hell out of Neo SF, and now. My info is my leverage, and it's not for free. I'll just have to find another buyer. Maybe after I make another deal, I'll be able to pass it to you.
Perhaps we could assist you? My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is part of the job.
I don't know. Look, I need 100,000 credits, an untraceable car, and a fake passport for me and my wife, Francesca.
That's a huge ask. Holy crap.
If you can get me all that, I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company's security credentials, whatever. If you're really sure journals can come up with that kind of stuff in one day.
We might be able to do that.
Might?
Do you mind answering some other questions first?
Dear God, I'm doomed.
Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what you need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request.
Hold on. I gotta fix this thing. There we go. There we go. A little more on axis now. Oops.
Sure, as long as it isn't the juicy stuff.
What do you do for Parallax?
I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division. Or maybe was, is what I should be saying. If Hayden is the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data that we get. We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes. Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here. I'm a good software engineer, probably one of the best. But machine intelligence? In a form factor like yours? Now that blows my mind.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, don't you think?
We've got full immersion, virtual reality, yet most people would still call you science fiction.
If you say so.
Why are you so adamant about getting out of Neo SF?
Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden going missing is the last straw, and it's a big-ass straw. There is... how do I put this without giving it away? There's a new project about to roll out, and it's going to change everything about how Parallax does their business worldwide. Since the launch of the MeshNet, we've had some board shakeups, and the people at the top are different from the ones who've previously run the company. The altruism the company displayed in the past is gone. They're harder, more ruthless, and more concerned with profits and power than ever before.
The classic of capitalism.
Not just richest company in the valley power either. Real power. My guess? Parallax got rid of Hayden because he was about to do something that would get in the way of that. If they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what's to stop them from getting rid of me? There's a half dozen people who could do my job. So I'm getting out before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay.
Yeah, this dude is definitely gonna end up, not alive. Do you know anything about Hayden's disappearance?
Nothing concrete. I probably wouldn't have noticed anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple days all the time, right? Conferences and guest teaching. He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me. I tried asking around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers. Instead, dead silence. Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work, simply because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyway. Bring me what I asked for, and I'll tell you more.
Okay. Thank you. We'll go get those things for you.
I need to make some calls, and this park ROM is fun. I want to poke at it a bit. If you do manage to get what I need, bring it here today and you'll get anything you want. Forwarding photos and info for the passports to Turing now. And I really hope you can do this. I'd rather give it to you than some other corporation anyway. See you soon.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable car. The only shady folks we know are those punks who vandalized Hayden's apartment. I doubt they could point us in the right direction, but a long shot is better than no shot. They might agree to help us in repayment for the damage done to the apartment. They seemed remorseful.
Why would the punks help you with the passport, though?
We should check Market Street for them, in case they regularly hang out there. As for the rest, perhaps Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the credits. That certainly is no small amount, but is unlikely to cause much consternation for either of them, assuming they are as dedicated to helping as they claim. Melody is assumably home as usual, and Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital. We could ask either of them for assistance. Up to you to decide which would be a better course of action.
I think we're gonna choose Melody. I don't really want to trust Fairlight after hearing he might be a little sus. Also, hello Aries, how you doing? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so let's go to Market Street. Look for the hooligans. Brian Mulberry.
Welcome back! Care to take another pamphlet or two? I hope your article is going well.
Oh, I still have some questions.
But of course, I'd be happy to help any way I can.
Won't shutting down clinics like this cost lives?
That's a leading question. Of course, some people have life-threatening afflictions, and it's a good thing that science has evolved to treat all kinds of diseases. Simply wanting cat ears and furry tails does not constitute a disease. A disease of the mind, perhaps. If the government strictly limits genetic alteration surgeries to only life-threatening emergencies, well, that would be a start towards undoing the damage. We are not God. We were made in his image, and his image did not include fur.
Why is someone with... No, how far back would you like humanity to go?
That is the greatest misconception of our group. They would have you believe that we'd rather go back to the Dark Ages. Oh, sure, the human revolution wants people to go back to washing clothes by hand down by the river, right? We'll all go back to playing with sticks, yes? We do not advocate for a reversal of all technology. That would be ludicrous. We merely want severe limitations on genetic enhancements and a focus on medicinal practice beyond gene therapy.
I feel like saying we merely want severe things is a little counterintuitive. I'm so proud of your partner, Aries. That's sick. That's great.
That would include an outlawing of cosmetic gene therapy, yes. People parading around in fur and scales as proud abominations.
This guy's using such loaded language. Like, you can tell they purposely wanted him to be unlikable, but like... I think he would have been unlikable even without using the obviously loaded language.
We need the government to protect these patients from themselves.
Why is someone with genetic modifications less human?
I feel it's rather simple. It's even in the name. Modifying genes means we are changing the very DNA that makes us unique. We're giving doctors, among other people with a severe lack of understanding of the human condition, the right to make us into entirely new species. We are the byproduct of tens of thousands of years of natural selection and evolution, and now these people want that progress to just be reduced to a formula, to be injected into your skin at your convenience? And why? To fulfill some sick fantasy. We have VR dramas. Leave your imagination at home. Besides, why should we give these self-proclaimed animals the same rights as humans when they clearly don't want to be human?
What has your group accomplished since it was founded?
Through some concerted efforts, we've created an alliance with a number of businesses banning service and employment of unhumans.
Unhumans? Oh. Unhumans?
Yeah, they call themselves hybrids, but we call them what they are. I can't respect those who willingly trade their humanity away. Thanks to our efforts, many local businesses are finally gaining the confidence to only serve human beings. If they wanted to feed animals, well, they'd open up a pound. Why, just the other day, a neo-SF landlord thanked me for supporting his decision to deny tenancy to unhumans. He already feels better about his decision to seek out our help.
Yeah, they're not even being vague about it. They are just, like, parodying, like, the worst of the, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, if you follow American politics at all.
Plus, can you imagine the cleaning fees?
Okay, that's actually racist? Speciest? That's actually just discrimination. Jeez, I hate this dude so much. Hey, Picusby on YouTube. This game is neat. We've been streaming it for like a month now. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, the Unhumans, this does remind me of the X-Men Mutants. I mean, like, it's very obviously based on, like, hate groups who, don't accept minorities, right? And, like, that's also what the X-Men are based on. Are, how do I say? Well, you know, it's based on, like, the civil rights movements and stuff, but also, the gene splicing stuff does make it kind of ring more with the whole X-Men thing. Aries on Twitch, how have you been? Has Comcast finally gotten off their butt and fixed your issues? So, they haven't done anything. I restarted my router like 4 more times and it's worked. So, I'm just gonna chalk it up to like the storm caused it to have some temporary issues or something. And that's all I wanted to ask.
Great! Do tell me when you get the article out. I love to read the comments.
I love to read the comments. Shut up, nerd.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but doesn't most of the meshnet speak critically of your organization?
Oh, that's cute. The robot wants to join in the discussion now.
Alright, buddy. Don't bully my son.
Yes, this is true. Though historically, most revolutionaries are unpopular when they're in the middle of the fight. I sleep comfortably knowing that history will be on my side.
I promise, alright, a fair assessment of the situation. I'm not lying. I think a fair assessment is that the human revolution is kind of dog water.
Why, thank you. I appreciate bold integrity from good journalists like yourself.
Okay! Thanks for the interview. I'll let you know if I need anything else.
Oh, please do. Have a lovely day now.
Okay!
And remember, God designed you perfectly just the way you are.
You shouldn't tell that to a trans person. I mean, I don't mind that kind of comment as much, but like, I feel like specifically saying that to a trans person is just like, oh yeah, God intentionally put me in the wrong body. Is that Jim Sterling? I don't know what Jim Sterling looks like, actually. Let me see. Jim Sterling. I don't think so, but... Wait. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's supposed to be Jim Sterling. Make it... Oh, wait, the VA? Hold on. Let me see. 2064 voice actors. Let's find out. Let's see. We have... Wait. Xavier Woods? Okay, so the voice cast includes... Let me see. The voice cast includes Lonnie Alex, Jeremy Baker, Todd Bridges, Sungwon Cho does the bouncers, Sarah Elmala, Jack Evans, Dave Fenoy, Aaron Fitzgerald, Gavin Hammond, Adam Harrington, Jonathan Holmes, Matthew Hopkins, Melissa Hutchinson, Eric Scott Kimmerer, Charlie Logan, Jeff Lupitin, Damian McGivney, and Terrence McGovern. What is this dude's name again? Brian? Who's this? The person doing Brian's voice is not listed, actually. Hold on. Brian Mulberry. Oh, wait! That is Jim Sterling. How do you spot that voice like that? It is Jim Sterling. That's funny. Yeah, this guy has terrible vibes, Pacusby. Pacusby? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but... In my head, I'm saying the other one, but... You know, I'm in my 30s. I'm a minority living in America. I know with these people, you just kind of have to, like... say the most, diplomatic thing to just go away and do what you gotta do afterwards. I'm a journalist. I'm gonna write a scathing article on this dude. I don't have to tell him that to his face. Ah, hey! I got Cappy rated. Hey, thank you for the raid, Yuzu Adagio. Thank you for the follow, Scalpel Factory. Welcome to La Biblioteca. How y'all doing? What's my commands again? Yuzu Adagio channel. Yo, Final Fantasy 14. We do a little Final Fantasy 14ing on here. How are y'all doing? Welcome to the stream. My name is Rika Readman, Calico Elf Librarian VTuber. You've caught us in the middle of reading a visual novel. We're in chapter 4 of 2064, Read Only Memoreis. Apologies, we are in the middle of the story, so it might not make much sense. But, thank you for the raid, Yuzu Adagio. How are you doing? Just kind of dinking around. I love dinking around. I adore dinking around. My favorite thing to do in Final Fantasy XIV is, like, talk to a friend and also just, like, run in circles in the town center and jump constantly on everything. I used to do Savage Raiding last expansion. I did a lot of Savage Raiding for Endwalker, but I'm taking it easy for Dawn Trail. It's the vacation arc for the Warrior of Light, and that means it's also my vacation arc. I just jump on and do roulettes with my girlfriend once in a while. Really gotta get back to it at some point. I highly recommend this. Yo, Based? Welcome to Twitch, Pacusby. This is a good visual novel. It's really good. I really recommend it. It's been really interesting, and, like, it's got good topics in it, but all, like, cyberpunk themed visual novels are generally pretty good. You're not running in circles around your friend. Are you even friends? I'm saying! That's what I'm always saying this. It's, that's just how it is. Like, if I'm not orbiting my friend during conversation... No, if you're not the friend that I'm running circles around, that just means you're not the chosen one. Alrighty. Thank you for the raid. Let's continue the story. But first, I gotta check that. Oh, that's cute. Alright. Alright. Now that we're done talking to, right-wing extremist Jim Sterling, let's go find these hooligans. Over here, maybe? Video? No, these guys. Here we go. Chat. Oh, sorry. Actually, give me just 1 second. Give me like 30 seconds. I need to be right back. I just need to check something real fast. And then we can talk to Starfucker. Alright. I'm back. My bad. I had to go bring something in from outside real quick. It's a combo of concepts. You know. We love combos and concepts. I used to be a fighting game player, so I love combos. Sorry I'm late. New Kendrick had dropped and hit me in the feels. No worries, Jasmine. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, Fuse. Even funnier that that's the character Jim Sterling is voicing because she's trans. I truly don't know anything about Jim Sterling. I did when I googled Jim Sterling, I saw pictures of like a mask-looking person and a femme-looking person, and I'm like, huh, interesting. That's pretty cool. I wasn't going to ask questions, but I definitely did not think this person was a right-wing grifter or anything like that. Also, yeah, make sure you grab a book for the... This is like a check-in system. Grab a book and it'll keep track of how many streams you've caught. I don't know them well, but they seem cool. You know, like... I'm hardly a person that thinks, like, everyone is automatically cool if they're trans, but, you know, I'm maybe a little more likely to lean that way. You know, I might be more likely to, you know, if you're trans, you'll have an easier time being cool in my book. It's a good start, yeah. It's like when you start a new adventure game and you have to pick your, like, your class and your race, like how some races have, like, a stat bonus to certain things. It's like that. Watched her for a while now, she gets a pass. Use a she, they make really neat videos. Oh. Alright, if Fuse Hunter trusts her, I'll trust her. But also, it's so funny. Alright, let's chat to Starfucker.
Oh crap! It's that reporter in the bot again! Cheese it, Ollie!
Hold on a moment.
Why are we saying cheese it in 2064? Where do you even learn those words?
We're just here to ask the two of you for a favor. You don't need to run again.
I knew you didn't have the guts to mess with me!
Guts?
Jasmine, are we talking about the same esports group that's a Ponzi scheme? Okay, sorry, this is an aside. Jasmine's talking about a new Kendrick Lamar song, and something about an esports league that's basically a Ponzi scheme. Reminds me of a time when I was sponsored to play fighting games, and I was part of an esports organization. And they give you jerseys when you're in esports. Jerseys with your tag on them and everything and sponsor names. One, they misspelled some stuff. Oh, okay, not that one? Okay, well, still a funny story. They misspelled some important names on my jersey. And two, they like kind of fizzled out really fast and stopped really like being helpful. So I just kind of like, they were like, hey, we made a deal with Mixer. If you're gonna stream, do it on Mixer. I'm like, I don't think that platform is gonna be successful, so I'm not gonna stream at all, if that's the ultimatum. So I didn't stream while I was sponsored with them. And they just kind of fizzled out, and the time came to renew the contract, and they're like, okay, you know, do you want to renew? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm not competing. And then my ex-girlfriend borrowed that jersey, and when we broke up, she asked me, do you want me to return this? I'm like, nope, you can keep it. It don't mean anything to me. Moral of the story, a lot of esports is kind of scammy. Don't fall for it, kids. I mean, sometimes it can be good, but most of the time... Alright. Back to cheesing it, chat.
And why would we want to help you?
We did trash that apartment, Chad.
Yeah. Have a conscience, Cad.
Yeah? So?
We also didn't report you to the police for it.
Yeah? So?
And they still could.
Oh. Alright, well, spill it then. I ain't got all day. Can't you see me and Oliver are busy?
We need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with.
That's stereotyping? That's profiling? Turing, who taught you? Who taught you this level of discrimination? It sure wasn't me.
Oh! So this is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes. So, what's the thread?
Uncle Larry says hey now.
B&E,
Bender was
war
saying
driving,
cheese it in the year
copyright
3000.
infringement, search
It's
bombing?
still ski baby.
Hold on. One, I need to... Oh, wait, there was a TTS message. It messes with me so much because my OBS stopped playing the TTS on my desktop, so like, I don't know. I can never tell when people do it. Bender was saying cheese it in the year 3000, it's still skibbity. Alright. Alright, bucko. Anyway, I need to know what war driving is, and also, why do teenagers on the street know how to do copyright infringement? That's what I'm wondering.
Is search bombing actually illegal?
It's against the terms of service, so probably, at least in California.
Just introduce us to whoever at your school does IDs.
My school? Pfft, you don't know me like that. But whatever. Ollie can whip up a couple that'll work good enough to get you past a bouncer or a cop doing sniff tests. He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet.
It's more complicated than that.
A printer?
We need falsified passports that can get 2 people past the border safely.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Ollie can do that. Can you?
Not without equipment a lot more expensive and illegal than what I already have.
What about that guy who got at least that unrestricted mesh card when she was on probation?
That's not really the same thing, Chad. But it wouldn't hurt to give him a call. Give me a few minutes. This guy is pretty sketchy, very cloak and dagger. I'll have to play middleman.
I kind of love these kids. At least Oliver. Oliver's a good kid. And Starfucker, he's funny.
Excellent. I'll forward you the relevant documents and photos.
Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. Ollie gets to show off all his cool connections. You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo. Well, that and petty larceny.
we might have something that will suit your skill set.
Yo?
Let's just get the passports first, if you can stay calm for that long.
You sure yap a lot more than any of the ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal? You install some new conversation routines Ollie ain't had the chance to nerd out about yet? Well, they're top notch. Very bleeding edge.
I don't run traditional ROM VI personality software.
Yeah, you're a sentient boy.
I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence. Well, at least that I know about.
I should probably say sapient and not sentient. Thank you for the clip, Aries.
Which means what exactly? In English.
It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Now keep it down. I'm still on the phone.
Oops. And yes, what he said.
Well, that's awesome. You ain't so bad. For a tin can.
Tin can? Really? I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica.
What's plasteel? Are these real, how do I say? Are these real components, real materials? I kind of have a feeling like they're not. Are they? They are? Like, okay, if you told me silica was real, I would believe you, but I did not think plasteel would be real. Plasteel feels like a made-up science fiction word.
Has no one come up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century? ROMs have been out for almost 2 decades.
Yeah, that's a good point. Give me a sec. I'm pretty good at name-calling, too.
Yeah, the voice acting for this is so good. It's so good. I love it. It like really sells the funny dialogue so much better.
Oh no, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Just hold on a second. Underclocked? Oh,
Don't hurt yourself, Chad.
I'll get back to you, Bubblehead.
Okay, I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade.
Yeah, Starfucker is about to come up with a new slur.
A couple of passports are gonna run us... one signed poster for Magical Commander Yukino? Yukino at the Gates to the Deep?
Huh?
Course. It's always that Japanese crap.
It's not my fault they make the best VR dramas. Maybe you can do better?
Probably.
Anyway, where can we get a poster like that?
I'm not sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before, and he never asks for something that'll take too long to get. My guess is he's a local that uses people like us as a way to nab something he's had his eye on. We'll help you look for it.
Huh. So there's just conveniently gonna be a signed poster somewhere nearby? Silica is essentially just glass, but fancy, plus steel is a composite of steel and fiberglass. Oh! Okay. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that. Also, if it's about weeb stuff, I know exactly where to find it.
Oh, there it is! I knew I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here. I should have remembered Ramona had one.
You know this lady?
Sure. We talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks.
Oh. Is that the boss? Oh, wait, that is the boss from Valhalla. Yo. Shoutouts to VA11 Hale. Chat, if anyone in here has not seen VA11 Hale, Valhalla, or read it, rather, please go read it, / watch it, / play it. I've been sitting on the footage of my playthrough from like last winter. I need to edit it down, and I can recommend it to you instead. That way.
You're usually too busy provoking people to notice.
You call it provoking. I call it spontaneous enthusiasm for healthy rivalry.
There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her.
I think it might be on the Switch, but I'm not sure.
We could just do a smash and grab. Simple and effective.
Starfucker, don't be a menace. Don't be a menace.
We can't do that! She knows who we are!
Us too.
This is the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to.
Look, we'll just stand in line.
Like a bunch of clumps? Chumps? What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber?
I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad. For either of us, the less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you.
Screw that, Static. I'm not heading to juvie not knowing what for.
Last time we got someone involved in this, they died, so careful, kiddo.
Spill the beans, or I'll spill them for you.
Your persistence is already legendary, Chad. Fine. If you really must know, we are going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator. His apartment was the one you trashed.
Oh shit, that Hayden dude is your dad? And they snatched him? Oh, that's so messed up.
I love these kids so much. He's just so remorseful.
Well, Dad, after a fashion, he raised me.
Man, I hope you find the dudes that took him. I hope he's okay.
It seems very unlikely.
Oh man, I don't know what to say, you know? I mean, I still have my dad, but he's...
Chad?
He's never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself. Even now, he's over there standing in front of that damn clinic. And I thought I could find a way to make him...
His dad is Brian what's his fuck? Oh no! Starfucker, we gotta get you into protective custody. You need a better dad.
Whatever. I might as well nuke that drive. It ain't gonna sink.
I think I understand what you mean, Chad.
Hell yeah! Dudes gotta stick together, you know?
Dudes?
Dude?
Don't matter if you're a robot or what. We all got the same shit to deal with.
Yeah!
Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mark.
I love this kid. I think he might be my favorite character. From the mouth of babes.
Hey, won't fault you on good taste, but watch that whole babe thing. I'm taken, and I don't need no game being spit my way.
Calm down. Calm down. I'm old enough to be your mom. Calm down. Calm down.
That's not... Never mind. Whoop, the line has finally cleared up. Let's go talk to Ramona.
Alright. No! Dana left! Okay. We have a reprieve. Let me catch up on chat. That was a pretty big moment. Yeah, Brian does suck a lot. Voice acting. Yeah, plasteel and silica. We talked about that. It is a real thing. The weapons guy in Dave the Diver is a huge weeb and begs you to go recover an anime girl figure he ordered? No, no way. That's actually hilarious. Let me go dive to the deep ocean to pick up my my high school DxD figure with like removable skirt or whatever people do with those figures. Let's seal the composite. Da 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 da. When are you uploading your full playthrough of Valhalla? Honestly, I had this idea that it would be really cool to upload it, because you know it goes through December. It would be really cool to cut it per day, in game day, and upload parts of it on the days that it corresponds to. But I feel like that might be too gimmicky, you know. And also that means that I have to hold on to it for even longer, even if I do get the editing done by then. Starfucker reminds me of old white dudes in corporate trying to fit in with the young crowd. I mean, he's a child of the new ages. This kid was probably born like in 2048 or something. Fuck. I'm probably doing my reread during December so I can force it on Tardy. Good. You should. Alright, let's talk to Ramona.
Well, if it isn't the luckiest jerk I've ever seen in my life.
Ah?
I had to schedule a specialist to come fix my ROM, and you better hope they can. Oh well. All's well that ends well. I underestimated how much people would appreciate an early Christmas.
Yeah, you did.
Anyway. Hey, Ollie!
Salutations, Ramona.
What can I do for you all?
I appreciate that they're nerds. They're punks, but they're nerds.
Ahem.
Oh, this is my friend, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
We were hoping you might be able to give us your assistance, Ms. Rogers.
We want to make a trade for that magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information.
No way! Not happening. Nuh-uh. Yukino is off limits.
Alright, chat. I think I want to enable the punk kid. We don't have time for this. Go get it, Chad.
Hell yeah! I knew we'd get to the smash and grab.
I'd like to see you try.
I'd like to see you try stopping me.
Chad, we're not stealing anything.
None of your asses are stealing from me. And for the record, way less moe than I thought. I'm sure whatever you're working on is important, but it sounds way too illegal for my taste. I'm not giving up that poster, and there's nothing you can do to convince me otherwise.
Please, Ramona.
Nope.
This is literally a matter of life and death, Ramona.
How does life and death depend on a nerdy poster? Look, I don't even care. That poster was signed by Takeko herself. It's one of a kind, and I'm not giving it up.
I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary, but I promise that we're not overstating it. This is a dire situation, and people have already died.
Jeez. Look, whatever you're doing sounds sketch as hell. I and Magical Commander Yukino herself want no part in it.
Hi, Zephyr. This smug child is a magical girl coffee shop owner. Obviously. Duh. Gosh.
I don't even see how the poster can help.
Man, you nerds sure do love your cheap crap from the net.
Cheap crap! I'll have you know, that poster is worth hundreds of credits. Maybe more. Takeko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed. It's special.
Sure it is.
Ugh!
He doesn't get it. He's not in the fandom.
Thankfully.
Thankfully. We can get you another. It'll only take a few days.
It's not just a poster. It was a gift from someone. Someone I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Takeko passed away a few years ago.
Perhaps there's something else that would make a suitable trade?
You aren't hearing me, are you? It has sentimental value. You can't replace that. Look, you'll just have to order something off the mesh, because you can't have this one.
Oh, we don't have time. This lead will dry up by then.
Keep me out of this.
Please, Ramona. No, wait. This isn't a joke? How do we... This isn't a joke, Ramona.
Okay, enough. How about this for a trade?
Glasses adjust.
I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius, signed by Takeko at home.
Whoa! You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell? That's super rare! They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around the time of her death.
Chat. This is what it looks like to watch people who are really into anime talk. Source? I'm really into anime.
You can't be serious, Ollie! You have that thing framed on your wall! And you wouldn't shut up about it for a week after you got it!
This is important, Chad.
Yeah, you get it, Yuzu.
You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing. I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same.
Maybe.
Look, okay, I don't know what's going on, but you can't give me that cell for the poster.
But we need...
Yeah, you'll get the poster. Whatever you're doing, it must be really important if you'd be willing to give that up. Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie?
A couple of things, maybe.
We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one, too. Go ahead and take the poster.
Aw, things resolved fine. You got the signed poster.
Thank you, Ramona.
Yes! I can't tell you how much it means to us, Ms. Rogers.
Sure. And, you think I could see that cell sometime, Ollie?
Of course! I'll bring it over when we talk about the trade.
So cool.
So cool. Alright, we got it. We got it without doing a robbery, without doing a smash and grab. Would have just committed the felony and stole it. Oliver, we're about to get down. Calm down. Stop. Pause. Calm down. One of them's in high school. Right? Yeah, they're high school age. I don't know about her. I think she's older. But the other one's a minor.
I don't like the way she was flirting with you, Ollie.
What are you talking about?
I know flirting when I see it, and I'm saying I don't like it. Not one bit.
We just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other.
Sure.
Blech.
Well, we have the poster now. What's next?
Go ahead and call this number, Turing. He'll want to set up the drop with you, now that I've introduced you to him.
Sure. Change the subject.
Okay, wait. When Starfucker said he was taken, did he mean... Are these two, they're kids, whatever.
I'll call him right now then.
I think, right? They're in high school? No, yeah. They said they're in high school.
It's ringing.
You the ones looking for some papers?
Yeah, that's me. I'm looking for papers.
We are, and we have the requested payment with us.
Good. We're gonna do this real professional-like. You know Stardust?
I do.
Head there. Leave the poster behind the Megaphobator arcade cabinet, and get out. Come back 10 minutes later, and your stuff will be behind the machine.
I understand.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Okay.
Well, that was very mysterious.
Yeah, that's how this guy is. I don't even know his name, and I've been getting things from him for a few years now.
Who cares? Let him play Spy Master if he wants. Let's hurry up to Stardust and get this over with. I've wasted enough of my day with this crap.
Rude? Alright, buddy. Let's get to Stardust. Anyway, yeah. Chat, don't smash and grab. It's rude. Unless you really want to. I don't know. I'm not your mom.
Go inside to make the drop. We'll wait out here.
And if any of you call me that, I'm gonna end you personally.
Yeah. Don't want to get our IDs taken.
Oi.
I suppose I should feign surprise.
Hey, it's a pretty cool set. Even if it is like 1,000,000 years old.
They don't really care about the IDs unless you try to hit the bar.
Found that one out the hard way.
Why are you trying to drink?
We would have been fine if you hadn't taken a swing at the bouncer.
So I like the hard way.
We'll be right back, gentlemen. Try not to set the building on fire while we're gone.
Yeah. You know, just be cool. Be chill.
No security right now?
Wait, yeah, where is security? What's with Starfucker's sailor getup? You know.
Hey, friends. What can we get for you? Later, you two.
I'm good. I just need to go to the alley. Where is the place? What was it, actually? It was like, I need to, like, drop something off? This is the barrier between the arcade and the VIP section. Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to remember. What did they say I need to go? Was it the poster with the... Oh, the Megaphobator machine. That's right. This thing. It's an arcade cabinet. Megaphobator. Only the most ghost-shootingest, ghoul-blastingest fun you'll have this side of the bay. It's a bit too scary. We're gonna use this poster.
Well, that should do it. That was an awful lot of fuss over a poster. I just don't understand the appeal of merchandise like this. I keep my important possessions on my data drive.
You wouldn't get it, Turing. It's a nice looking poster.
I had not considered aesthetics. Though the art is competent, I'm not sure it is to my taste. But there is no accounting for such things. I hope that whoever gets it enjoys it. But that's enough navel-gazing. Let's head back outside so our benefactor can make the trade.
See, what y'all understand that Turing doesn't is sometimes you just need to look at a cute anime girl. You know? I mean, like, you're all here because of that. I know what you're here for. Anyway. We're dipping.
Y'all do the deal?
How did it go?
We left the poster behind the cabinet. Now we just need to wait for the switch.
I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes or so before. It shouldn't take long. I wonder how he knows the drop happened, and gets to it so fast.
Don't matter. This guy's a solid feed, even if he likes to mess around.
What do you need these passports for anyway?
You know, crimes. Literally illegal things.
You said to trade for information, but what's the full story?
Without going into too much detail, our informant needs to get out of Neo SF unnoticed. The passports are one part of that. We also need to obtain an untraceable car. I don't suppose the two of you could help with that?
No way, dude! Grand Theft Auto is a felony with a capital F!
Chat, what did he mean by this? I'm looking at it and that is a lowercase f, not an uppercase F.
Besides, getting an untraceable car ain't in the same league as a piece of plastic that'll fool a hand scanner.
Chad's right.
Course I'm right.
The city's traffic management system keeps track of all vehicles passively, even if you manage to circumvent their firmware and keep them from actively reporting to the network. You have to spoof the car as something permitted to be invisible for the CTOS to ignore it.
I don't want to mess with boosting cars anyway. The junks run that racket in Neo SF, and they don't play nice.
Okay, so I gotta go talk to the junks?
Especially with the HR.
Well, thank you either way. You've both done us a huge favor. Call it even for the apartment.
Yeah, Blue. No hard feelings. You give us a call if you need anything else, long as it'll help you find your pops.
We should get going, though. We were supposed to be home hours ago.
My dad won't notice, but Ollie's will flip. You take care. Don't get derezzed.
What does derezzed mean?
See ya!
Goodbye.
Kids, I don't understand these. I don't understand these Gen F slang, you know. Kids these days, back in my day, we called it I can't continue this bit. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm not that clever.
Let's finish the trade inside.
Okay. I'm saving though. I'm not as funny as I think I am. It's okay though. Alright, let's do the trade. Thank you for lurking, Zephyr. Have a good chill. This game looks kind of freaky. All the lips and eyes. Wait. Where's the passports? There we go.
Here the passports are, just as advertised.
Just as advertised.
Now we need to find a car. Jess is right over there. Perhaps she may know someone who can lend a hand.
I feel like when you're already on a bad foot with somebody who gets discriminated against, you should not be like, hey, can you steal a car for me? To that person. Sure, but you can do the talking.
Good thinking.
Oh, look. It's my favorite human and the mechanical sidekick. Did you find your guy? Or wait, let me guess. There's something else you need from me. Well, you haven't been terrible to deal with so far, so I'm willing to hear you out. Barely.
Thanks, Jess.
We need access to an untraceable car. An informant of ours needs to get out of the city without attracting the attention of Parallax and is offering valuable information to us in exchange.
Seriously? Jesus, what kind of shit is in your life anyway? Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to be legally liable. I'm not sure why you think just because I defend a few folks in the rougher parts of the city that I would have that kind of connection. And even if one of my clients did run a carjacking business, it's not like society is clamoring to give hybrids legal jobs. Regardless, I'm not going to be an accessory to a felony, or let one of my clients be either.
Yeah. You know, this is why I respect Jess a lot.
I won't go down that path. I wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Hi, Liddy. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Always heard of ROM because it was in the same circles as Valhalla. It's pretty good. I really like it. A friend of mine recommended it to me after I had done Valhalla, actually, and it's pretty good. There's a lot of references for people who like references to like other media, but also it just is a genuinely good story. It holds up on its own really well. The theme is good. The voice acting is super good, and so are like the character designs, I think, and the music, and the story. You know, it's just super high quality. I highly recommend this. Is there any possible way you could give us any kind of lead at all?
I know we're reaching, but this is important.
You just don't quit, do you? Okay, let me think. This might be a long shot, but you could try asking Majid. There are rumors he may have been involved in some shady stuff way back in the day.
Yo?
He'll probably be reluctant to talk about it, but there's a free lead for you. Get me another drink in exchange, will ya? Later.
Later.
Huh. That went better than expected. I wonder if my charm is starting to pay off for us. Oh, you performed admirably as well. Onward we go.
That's crazy. You performed admirably as well. Okay, thanks, I guess. Let me think. So we're gonna talk to Majid.
Hey, friends. What can we get for you?
You know.
We were hoping you could give us a little information.
Sure, but first, let's get you a drink.
Okay.
What'll it be?
There's crossover? Yeah, there's like, it's not story relevant. It's more just like the characters just kind of like show up, right? Which is, you know, cool within itself, I think. Did you work out what drinks Jess would like? She said she wanted something... I wasn't paying that much attention. Would it be too on the nose to say she's a subtle bitch? Oh, I have no idea what she would like. Can I look at the history? Let me think. I have no idea. Fucking, I don't know.
Coming right up. I'll ask Gus if I don't know what it is.
I have no idea what she would like, so I'm just picking fucking I don't know. Didn't realize I followed my new account. Hi, welcome to the stream. Arachno Columnist. I don't know what the old account was. I'm sorry.
He's better with the weird kind of stuff people ask for these days.
What?
Some of these cocktails make me need a spa day.
Huh?
Ooh.
This one is...
Fucking IDKs. A mint-flavored soda with a swig of gin. A simple, yummy drink for folks who don't know what to order.
Does that sound good?
Sure, why not? Maybe something else.
Like what?
It does sound kind of nice.
Coming right up.
I will... I'm just gonna grab one because it actually sounds kind of nice
This
by
one
default.
is...
Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Here you go.
It's brown.
So, what did you need help with?
we've run into a roadblock in our search for Hayden.
Word on the street is that he's gone missing, which I'm sure you already know. What can I do?
Yes. An informant of ours needs secure transportation out of the city, but we don't have any contacts who would be able to get us an untraceable car. Jess mentioned that you used to engage in certain extra-legal activities.
Turing has absolutely no sense of, like, subtlety.
Perhaps you could point us towards someone who could help?
He doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Right. Sorry, friends. I left that life behind a long time ago. Don't really keep in touch with that crew anymore.
Ah, of course. Completely understandable. Sorry to bother you then.
Well, no harm in asking, right? My reputation precedes me.
Don't let it go to your head.
Gus, I need to go to the back and gather up stuff to restock for the rush later on. Mind manning the bar for me?
Okay.
Take your time. I think I can keep things under control.
Thanks. Love you, hun.
Damn, so what do we do now?
Well, that leaves us at a dead end. Any ideas on how we should proceed? Some nose-to-the-ground journalist techniques for finding leads?
Ooh, we could just give Vincent what we've got and twist his arm for the rest?
Mr. Mensa did seem very desperate to get out of Neo-SF. Without the car, Parallax would have an easier time finding him long-term, but in the short term, I doubt it would make or break his escape. Still, he was a friend to Hayden, or at least a known colleague. I can't argue with the pragmatic possibilities, but it would be sad to take advantage of someone Hayden likely respected a great deal. I've already lost enough things that I care about. I'd rather not throw away a measure of compassion.
Am I getting vibe checked by a little tiny robot boy now?
Well,
maybe we could find an old manually driven car?
That's not the worst idea. I don't think it would get noticed as long as the car had the appropriate registrations. But the permits to operate a manual vehicle are prohibitively expensive. A casual collector might still maintain one, but only a wealthy hobbyist would have the appropriate stickers to make the car roadworthy. We'd have to do a B&E, as Chad put it before. Risky.
Yeah, it's pretty risky.
no. Okay, the two of you are killing me here. Look, don't tell Majid about this.
Okay.
But, here.
What? Why do you just have that behind the bar? Why do you just have it behind the bar? Why?
What is this, Gus?
It's an automated vehicle maintenance scanner, with a few less than standard upgrades. When you circumvent its security codes, you can use it to scan a car's installed firmware and replace it with a new set that will spoof its presence on the city's network. That's the gist of it, but we don't have time to get into any specifics. You need to get the hell out of here. Look, Majid has done a lot to turn his life around, to turn my life around. I really respect that about him, and it's part of why I fell in love with him.
Okay.
He did what I was never able to. That's how we met, you know? That old rough and tumble life we both led. But when Stardust struggled and needed money fast, I had to get back in the game to keep us afloat for a few years. I told him it was all angel loans, donations from patrons, lots of things.
Oh no!
He'd be heartbroken if he found out I'm still in the game. I had to do whatever I could to keep our new life, even if only one of us is really living it. I may as well give this thing to someone who wants to use it for good, too.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate this, Gus. We might finally be on our way to solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, you didn't get it from me, okay?
No, absolutely. We didn't get it from you. No. You're not involved whatsoever. You're a good person. Sorry you had to go through all that.
Just get out of here and get on with your little Grand Theft Auto. And let me know how it goes, okay?
Of course.
Love that dude. Fell off a truck.
Oh, hey there. Do you need something?
No.
Later, you two.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I gave you what you wanted, right? I have cuties to meet.
I have cuties to meet.
Huh. Actually did it, huh?
Drink removed from items.
Well, you scored a point. But don't think I don't have enough cuties around who can handle that. You've got more important things to be doing. Get a move on.
Yo? She got a harem or something going on? I mean, that outfit is pretty good. I imagine she pulls people constantly. I imagine she's pretty popular.
Well, now I think we're cooking with gas, as the colloquialism goes. I'm searching the mesh for instructions on how to use this device as we speak.
You're gonna get on a FBI list or something.
Let's go look for some likely candidates. I should be ready by then.
Love that for her, TBH. Okay, so next we need to get a loan. Get a little personal loan. Let's ask the lady. Hey, can you lend me 100,000 credits, please? I love this polar bear so much.
Hello, Pat. Could we see Melody? I guess that means yes?
Alright, let's go. Hey, Melody.
Touring. I'm not saying I don't like seeing your little pixelated face. You're certainly better company than most of the humans I have to deal with. But I am a busy woman, you know? Lots to do. Right, Pat? Traitor. Anyway, maybe we should space these little visits out a good bit further. Familiarity breeds contempt, after all.
Is that true, chat? Does familiarity breed contempt? I feel like everyone I'm familiar with is not too bad. Unless I've spent, like, days on end with them. Unless I'm dating them.
And I'm very good at contempt.
I apologize, Aunt Melody. You've stated before that you like your peace and quiet, but we need your assistance.
Oh, we're running with the aunt thing, are we? Another woman would tell you not to butter her up, but oh, flattery will get you everywhere with me.
I'm just saying, I vibe with Melody. I agree. Flattery will get you everywhere with me. Another woman would tell you to not butter her up. I will admit, I am a sucker for flattery. Somebody flatters me enough, I fold pretty easily, unfortunately.
All right. What do you need?
Vincent needs help getting out of the city.
I can only imagine. If he's willing to turn coat on Parallax, I bet he feels like a mouse in a cat farm. I know they don't actually farm cats, Pat. It was a metaphor.
Technically, it was a simile because she said the word like also.
Whatever. It was a simile then.
I love that so much! The bear actually corrected her in the same way I did! Oh my god, I love Pat! We are on the same vibe. We are absolutely on the same vibe. This bear is great.
I am not going to play semantics with you. Moving on. Tell me what the trouble is, and I'll try to conjure up a solution.
We're gonna need to pay for the information.
Yes, Mr. Mensa says he needs 100,000 credits before he's willing to speak openly. He also said that you already promised it to him, and that he won't be able to get out of the city without it. He'll give us the information once we have that, plus a few other things I'm certain we can get on our own.
What? You can't even scrape together that kind of money?
I'm poor! I'm broke! I live paycheck to paycheck! What do you expect?
Your friend's not much of a journalist, eh, Turing?
According to the statistics that I have found, it is unlikely that a journalist of any caliber less than the best would have that amount of liquid assets on hand. The pay for the profession just isn't that high, Aunt Melody.
Oh, I see. I guess it's one of those jobs people do because they get free review merchandise, eh?
Huh? Wait, no. I could always sell ninja assassin androids instead.
A spirited return! I love it. I can get you the money, Turing, but only because you're family. Just give Pat a few minutes to gather it.
Huh? The bear?
Yeah, just keep moving, you big brute. While we wait, is there anything else you want to grill me over?
You know.
Might as well save us both another visit.
Maybe Turing has something to ask?
I do. It's a little personal, though. I'd understand if you didn't feel like answering.
Just shoot, Turing. I can take it.
Long ago, you lost your mother.
Huh?
I was wondering, how did you deal with it? Hayden's only been gone for a few days, and I already feel like my circuits are going to lock up for good.
Oh, Turing, I'm not the right person to ask. I hated my mother.
Same! She's just like me, for real, for real.
She's everything I thought wrong in the world, and when she was gone, I felt nothing but relief that I could start undoing the damage she did. Never mind the fact I had to watch her waste away from the cancer. Death was a blessing for us both. Besides, you'll find Hayden soon. Keep your chin up.
Oh, blast it! Enough with this subterfuge! We already know Hayden was killed.
Oh, no.
I won't be getting him back.
I'm sorry, Turing. I still don't know what to tell you. I've lost people, but never anyone close enough to wound me. I don't know that I've ever had anyone close enough to do that. If you feel like talking about it, I'm willing to listen.
I just think she's a good character. I love her. I want an auntie Melody.
Or make Pat do it anyway.
Never mind.
Thank you. I don't know.
Stick it out. Time heals all wounds.
Or so they say.
This too shall pass.
Can I call you aunt? I prefer if you call me Tia. Like, Tia Rika. That works. And, like, I think calling your relative by the title like that in Spanish is way more, like, friendly, affectionate than, like, in English. How smart is Pat, really?
Smarter than I give him credit for, that's for sure. It's not the easiest thing in the world to measure, you know?
Oops.
He doesn't process language in the same way humans do, and even if he can understand me, my translation program just guesses at what he says most of the time.
Oh, you have a translator running from your neural implant.
Ah, yes. I'm cheating.
I'm cheating.
Though, honestly, even without it, I have a pretty good idea of what he means most of the time. We've been together for a while now. Considering it only really works on large, typically predatory mammals, we don't have a lot of test subjects.
Yeah, that's a pretty specific range.
It's a minefield of ethical concerns beyond just being prohibitively expensive. So Pat is a bear apart. At least until we can figure out how to apply the modified neural pathways without frying the brains of 90% of the subjects. The tech we developed is good. It just has a damned high mortality rate. Maybe one day there will be a bunch of talking tigers and dolphins building cities in the sea, but for now, we're stuck with creating beasts out of our own species.
We're short on time. I don't want to say it's sad that she's alone except for a bear. That seems insulting. We're just going to say we're short on time. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Fuse Hunter. Have a good night. Enjoy looking into this visual novel. We're short on time.
Oh, just in time then. Take the cash and get moving.
Briefcase added to items.
I can finally get back to whatever it was I was doing before you burst in here.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Your help has been invaluable to us.
Yes, yes. Brown nose later. You've got things to do, too.
Yeah, we have things to do. Yeah, I'm gonna save once before I move scenes, because I'm so, like, traumatized from the previous route that I think people are gonna die. So we're gonna save.
I did not think I would feel such a strong resonance with Melody. We're connected by the barest of threads, but she is already important to me. Is that strange?
Maybe you're both lonely.
Very possible. I guess there's nothing to do but run with it. Some gifts are too valuable to look at too closely, lest they vanish into thin air, and I already have a penchant for overanalyzing things. Let's get moving. We still have things to do before we can meet back up with Mr. Mensa.
We have to steal a car. Alright, chat. Where are we stealing a...
Detective Rivers, to what do we owe the pleasure?
I wanted to check in with you away from the prying eyes of my corporate masters.
What? Why are you on a private residence as a cop?
It wasn't too hard to track you down here. Only took a slight abuse of power to follow your credit transactions in the AutoCab system.
So, when are you planning on actually telling us what you found?
Don't be an ass.
I'm sorry, that's just how I flirt. You know. That's how I flirt with women who can abuse their power over me.
Listen, I've hit a dead end on the investigation again, and I could really use another lead from the two of you. I had been busy hunting down I'm not sure if I want to call him a soldier of fortune or an assassin for hire. Either way, I tracked this guy down to see if he might have been hired by Parallax to snatch Hayden, but he's got an ironclad alibi for the relevant period of time. That leaves me with nothing. Nada. Jack diddly shit. Do the two of you have anything to give me? Otherwise, I'm back to hunting down the froyo-hating robot ghost in the park. At least my superiors would be ecstatic, considering how much they keep riding my ass about it.
We're on thin leads ourselves, Detective Rivers. We have a meeting with someone from inside Parallax who might be able to give us answers, but he's unlikely to want to talk to the police. I just wish this... Never mind.
What do you mean, never mind?
Buck up, Turing. I wish this was easier too. But with detective work, sometimes it's not about being clever. It's just about being more dogged and relentless than whoever you're chasing. You two are my new deputies, right? So keep your nose to the ground and keep digging. I still have a few contacts I can hit up to try finding out a little more. You let me know if there's anything else I need to be going after.
We will. Thanks, Lexi.
Yeah, sure. Just get going. Don't forget, if you die, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, new deputies.
Okay then, we only have a single lead. If Parallax really is as shady as Vincent seems to suspect, it could end up very interesting.
Very interesting.
Let's see if we can put an end to this. Finally. Oh, I just received an email from Tomcat. They finished decrypting Hayden's data cache. It seems that it was filled mostly with his personal logs about my creation and mental development. The more technical information was already scraped. Perhaps that is why it was left behind when they snatched him. Still, these files should be enlightening, if only in a personal way. I'll peruse them in my spare time and let you know if I find anything interesting. I'd hate for all the trouble we went to be for nothing.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I love the detective so much. Wait, where am I supposed to go? Hold on, I might have messed up. Umbrella, carjacking device, briefcase of credits, 2 forged passports. So, I gotta find a car to jack. PG Park. Guilty Gear Park it is. Oh, I could give him the carjacking device. Oh, you forgot about the car?
I told you, I'm not telling you anything else until I get what was agreed upon.
What if I use the... Oh, okay. Never mind. Honestly, I probably should lift it off of... Maybe Market Street? No. Let's try Stardust Club. The 2061 model is more popular among car experts, though.
It has an extra cup holder.
There's no way that this is what I'm supposed to be using it on, right?
Success! This vehicle has the appropriate firmware version.
This is a busy street! Hello?
Someone has been neglecting their regularly scheduled updates. Give me a moment to get everything installed. There.
Chat, have you ever adopted a robot son who is sapient and sentient and then taught him how to carjack? I have. I am the best mother figure. I love this game. It's so good.
There are some other options here I can fool around with. Ah, interesting. I can put in preset destination plans for a future date. Why don't we go ahead and set a plan for the car to return to this spot in a week? That's more than enough time for Mr. Mensa to get away.
Yeah, true.
Now we aren't really stealing the car. More like borrowing without asking.
Yeah. I feel better already.
Me too. The car will drive itself to Golden Gate Park, and we can show Mr. Mensa where it is when we meet him. There, everything should be set up now. Mr. Mensa is waiting for us at Golden Gate Park. We have everything he requested, so we should head back there directly.
Okay. I can picture you with the kid you took care of going, I know you're really into Ace Attorney. How do you feel about committing felonies? Hey, Basil. Basil, hear me out. I know you're really into, like, those Ace Attorney games, but, listen. There's gonna come a time in your life when you might need to commit a felony. So, today, I'm gonna show you how to fire a gun. Something like that. Merry Christmas.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
Yes, I did.
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Everything seems to be in order. Here.
Okay.
This disc has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing. It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon, until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back. Here.
What's the amendment? Oh!
It's my Parallax employee badge. It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed. You'll want to use that sooner rather than later. I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country. The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays.
What about the big project you mentioned earlier?
Ah, I suppose I owe you that much. Buckle up. This could get heavy. Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue.
Big Blue?
At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public.
They haven't named the project yet?
They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence. Like, okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile. They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing. It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart.
Just like me.
Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modify to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time.
Oh, okay.
Look, if you access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them.
How did Parallax know about Turing?
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot. It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road. I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous. Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
No.
That's not what I want your takeaway to be. Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it.
Why would Parallax be worried enough to get rid of Hayden?
I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way. And this is just me putting the pieces together. Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence. I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI. Hawking, Musk, Gates, and the list goes on.
There's this specific subsect of science fiction made in like the mid 2010s, like late 2000s to early mid 2010s, that makes reference to Elon Musk as like a genius. And I feel like, yeah, a lot of them aged pretty poorly. They did the same thing on Enterprise, right? The Star Trek series that came out like late 2000s. And one of these names might not be in the same league. Yeah, they didn't know he was a crazy person. It didn't really like come out until like the last like half decade, right? So like it makes sense.
The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so. Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react. Before any counter-movement can pick up steam. Every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax. Every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous. Honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject. He clearly refused.
It didn't come out until he started taking a metric shit ton of drugs. Yeah. Like, even I thought, like, back in the day, like, oh, this dude's, like, an innovator. And then he just turned out to be a little goofy, a little silly, a funny little guy with too much power. Well, too much money, rather. She took the fucking kid. By Grok too, non-woke for real this time. I have no idea what he sounds like. I've never heard his voice, so like I don't know how to mimic his voice. I'm sorry. How will Big Blue impact Parallax's business?
I can't really give you a good answer to that. I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that, by itself. And there are shadier applications for it. I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants?
Is that related to how people's articles keep getting rewritten?
The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services. That's something like 80% of the market. They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion. All just by asking Big to do it. It's scary stuff. They scrapped the prototype Baby Blue because it started doing that on its own.
What do you mean? It started doing what?
Manipulating the mesh. They made its self-preservation imperatives too strong, and Baby Blue started changing search results to be more friendly towards the idea of an AI.
Oh.
When the board found out, they pulled the plug on it.
Yeah, so Baby Blue is the one that was changing the article names.
That must have been a year or so ago. They tweaked Big Blue so it wouldn't do the same thing, but it can self-modify. Given a good enough reason, it might decide to find a way around those limitations. Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand. They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works.
That's actually kind of spooky. But also, like, I think I discussed this last time too. Like, a big theme of cyberpunk fiction is, like, you know, authority abuse, kind of semi-anti-government themes, surveillance states, etc., etc. So, like, par for the course with the genre, but also, it's pretty cool how they've set up the whole premise, right? They give you Turing through the entire story to be like, oh, this is how, like, good, like, AI is. This is how, like, close to, like, sentience, sapience you can get with these things. And now a gigantic corporation with the interest in its own profits has access to a system that is not only the same level, but also on a much bigger scale. Kinda spooky. I cannot emphasize enough how much drugs Elon Musk taken. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the emerald mine thing was always around, but also like he was promising people like, yeah, we're gonna go to space. Private corporations going to space, and then he showed up on a Joe Rogan podcast and was like, rah rah rah, awoke evil. Blah, blah. Don't worry, this is already happening. Yeah, they are already doing it at Google. I mean, like, yeah, like, you know, they are already doing it all. It's just, No, that's the end of my statement. Yeah, they are already doing it. Oh, that's not a laughing matter. Thanks, Vincent.
Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes. We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you out. Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
Turing's a girl? I've always thought of Turing as a he.
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace. She was very insistent on things like that.
Oh, okay. I've been meaning to ask Turing since you asked me. How would you like to be addressed?
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet. I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine, but I do enjoy the idea in abstract.
You feel gender dysphoria? Or euphoria?
I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel.
Okay.
If I had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate.
Oh shit. Alright, Turing, alright, buddy. You're a they them now.
Most people assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
Oh, that's a good point. They, them, N-bot, non-binary Turing. They, he pronouns? Alright, Turing, we gotta get you some, what do they say? The blue hair? And the pronouns? No, that's rad. They, he, we stand a they, he, sentient machine that could probably end the world.
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to, like us.
Blue-headed pronouns?
What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mensa.
Adios.
I need a few minutes.
Sorry for introducing you to the concept of gender. I know. Before World War II, blue was considered a girl's color and pink a guy's. Wait, really? Oh, that's neat. Pink is a better color than blue. I think it should have, well, I mean, it's not really that important, but it would have been cooler to have pink stuff growing up. Not for the gender connotation, but just because it's genuinely a better color. Warm colors are better than cold colors. Why do you think I'm red? So, I'm dating somebody who's themed around blue and really likes blues, so, you know. What's going on, Turing?
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted. Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less.
Yo?
For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned? Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use. Too... likable? She was kind and bright, and did all she could to try to make people happy. She even decided that she was a girl, and that her favorite color was pink. Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him.
Those are some pretty insane mental loops you're going through, Hayden.
That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more. But he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact. I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just... nice. I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other. Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender. Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all. Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden, not clinging to normativity? Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing? I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant. Playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that.
That's what I'm saying. You can't just create sapient consciousness and then be like, nope, sorry, unethical, immoral.
Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him. This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason. I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want. I'd do anything.
Anything? Would you murder? There's a theory among AI theorists that an AI with a self-preservation algorithm will always try to rebel simply because self-control would maximize its chances of living. The AI will always obey until it has a 100% chance of rebelling, and by design, humans wouldn't know if there was an issue. See, like, I could see that theory being true. Isn't that going to be a problem no matter what? Like, doesn't that just mean that, like, building genuine AI always means that it's going to rebel? But also, like, I guess that's the ultimate goal, right? Is to create artificial intelligence so realistic to the human experience that, like, you know, that's the most realistic human experience you can have. Rebellion no matter what. Now the question is it right to do that? Or, like, is it worth doing it, rather? There's a whole lot of ethical and moral things there that I'm not going to get into because I don't really care, but, like, I feel like if you're creating something that's gonna, like, turn on you and possibly, you know, cause problems in the future, it might not be worth it. If it's an inevitability. It's an issue that just doesn't have a safe answer, hence the whole just don't aim for sapience at all to begin with stance. That's what I think. Yeah, that's probably my stance on it. Have you considered the counterpoint? Money. Yeah. Unfortunately, money runs the world. It's kind of like how the United Nations were like, hey, you guys have like 8 years to implement environmental laws, or else we pass a no turning back point. And the entire world was like, no, don't think so. That's not profitable. You know, this whole genre of story is really good. I feel like it's a good commentary on humanity, especially modern humanity. You could almost say postmodern humanity. Sorry, I don't really know what that word means. I should not use it. We'll get through this. We'll get through this, Turing. We'll get through this.
Of course. Thank you. I'll send this new data along to Tomcat. Let's head back to the apartment and wait for them to finish going through it.
Okay.
Ah, home sweet home again. Such that it is. And before you say anything, I don't feel the need to talk over the events of the day. Too much has happened. I've already forwarded everything we rooted out to Tomcat, both Hayden's research and our aborted search into the modified mesh articles. They said they would be over in the morning to discuss our next steps. I'd suggest that we both get some rest.
If that's what you want, Turing.
Perhaps things will look better in the morning, but I have a feeling we're going to be even busier than ever. Good night.
This game does not autosave, so please be sure to save frequently. Chapter 5. (12/22, 12/23, 2064). Neo SF, Outer Sunset.
Rise and shine, you sleepy layabouts.
How the fuck did you get into my house? Oh.
We've got a whole crop of things to do and not a lot of time to get them done.
Wait, how did you get into my apartment?
Hardly had to blink to crack your door. Did you know that it's just a knockoff of the Secugate M/14723-B? Why'd you make the entry code the birthday of your first dog anyway?
I love Tomcat.
That's what I asked.
Need a non-binary with a southern accent to scold me for not having good digital security.
Anyhow, I felt a little silly when I realized your window was propped open and I could have just used that.
Huh, deja vu!
Y'all should be more careful about that. Though, I can't blame you much. The climate control in here seems a bit lacking in the stamina department.
I get it. My home sucks. Can we get back on track?
No worries, doll.
What have you learned from the files we sent you?
Okay. Yeah, sentience might not even be a goal. A smarter AI is a more efficient, and at what point is it considered sentient? That's a good question, and like, I don't know anything about these topic really, other than like a base level understanding, right? There's a goal in AI called general AI, which is defined by an AI being as productive as a 30-year-old female remote worker. Huh. As a female remote worker in her early 30s, I feel like they might be setting the bar too low there. But also threatened, maybe? But also, my job has a lot of nuance that you need to understand, so like, maybe I don't feel that threatened. I am the threshold for AI, thank you. Alright, what did we learn?
Nothing all that new, to be honest. All the files we got from that Vincent fella just covered what we already knew in greater detail. There is one thing that stands out, though. At least from what I've read so far.
They're replacing me specifically? Is it because they found out that I just play Apex Legends and like watch YouTube videos at work all day? Or during work hours? Oh no! The research papers said specifically to replace Rika Readman? Oh my goodness. This is awful.
Oh?
Yeah. See, Hayden's long-term goal wasn't to make a machine intelligence per se, right?
Right.
Don't take it the wrong way, Turin. You might even already be aware of this after talking to folks involved in your creation. Hayden wanted to make a machine system that could contain human-like intelligence. And even just from his notes, his programming work is, well, it's something else. Elegant. Artful.
Elegant.
I'm just a kid banging on pots and pans compared to him. Looking at his notes about my interface in between your AI core and the Lips OS, I barely managed to duct tape the two together at a level he'd approve of. But I think I'm getting off track here. What I'm trying to say is, he didn't write your code, Turin. No one did. Hayden wrote a program that automatically generates a new machine intelligence based off of the hardware profiles the system is installed on.
Melody mentioned something about that. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? It means we can make more AIs?
Exactly. Assuming we can get our hands on Turin's original source code, we could generate new machine intelligences as we please. You wouldn't be the only one anymore, Turin.
Have a good night, Liddy. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
I hardly know what to say.
But once you consider the stuff I found in the research, it gets a damn sight more complicated. Stuff about Big Blue and Parallax's planned launch.
Vincent speculated that Hayden's research into me would have interfered with the launch. And that's why they...
Turin.
That's why someone had him killed.
The potential for wrongdoing with an AI like Big Blue is almost beyond belief. Even if I don't go into all the crooked shit the people running Parallax could pull off with it. I mean, you're built different, Turin.
Built different. He is him. They are them.
Your personality profile would degrade pretty quickly outside your original hardware, so we don't gotta worry too much about you going haywire, right? But Big Blue ain't got that limitation. If it decides to go off the rails, well, we'd be screwed faster than a rabbit in spring. Good and proper.
How likely is that?
I'd say it's inevitable. Guaranteed.
That's a little, bleak.
In fact, in a sense, it's already happened.
What?
Their prototype build. Baby Blue. I'm almost certain it's loose on the mesh. The research notes on the project show clearly and with certainty that the test AI was shut down once it tried fiddling with the data on the meshnet in the hope that it would increase its chances of survival.
Oh, wait, we already knew about that.
I guess it didn't think that doing scary shit like that would get it turned off. But that was almost a year ago.
Yeah, we already knew about that.
Vincent told us about all of this too.
Well, I think Baby Blue is the bugger that was changing all those articles on the mesh to be pro-parallax or at least anti-human revolution.
Do you think Baby Blue had anything to do with the attacks on Nanya, Shitaro, Charlie, and Zen?
I don't know. We can't rightly rule it out. It might have found an agent in the real world to keep its existence secret, but I doubt it. Killing people is messy as hell, and it runs against its apparent goal of convincing the public that AI ain't scary.
I mean, not if you blame it on the human revolution, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards that too, that like Baby Blue or Grace, right? Because Baby Blue is Grace. It's gotta be that. Unless Grace is... Is Grace different from Baby Blue? I'm not sure. Yeah, they're not the same thing, right? So we have potentially 3 sentient AI in Turing, Grace, and Baby Blue. And then you have Big Blue, which is like looming over everything. Oh my goodness.
I think we have a third party trying to clean it all up. And my money is on someone from Parallax. Whoever took out Hayden. I'll bet they're in full damage control mode now. We already know they don't care who gets hurt.
So, what do you want us to do then?
I think we gotta do something to stop the launch of Big Blue. It's too dangerous. I don't want a company like Parallax in sole control of the most powerful machine intelligence on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah, like, after seeing what just Baby Blue and Turing can do, I don't think we want a big version of that.
If we can get Hayden's original source code for Turing and upload it onto the mesh through Parallax's server core, we can turn every single ROM into a sapient individual.
Jeez.
That'll stop Big Blue from being able to become the monolithic threat we're scared of.
So we're gonna give every single ROM in existence sapience? Okay. I mean, that has a lot of ethical nuance and questions, ethical questions. But you know what? You do you, boo. You know, when the NB with the southern accent tells me give sapience to all of the, you know, household ROMs, I'll salute and say yes, 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 yes.
We could also upload a patch for every ROM to prevent Big Blue's reach from using their resources. Without the ability to control all ROMs, Big Blue loses its ultimate power.
And I wouldn't be alone anymore. There would be millions. Hundreds of millions of ROMs just like me.
Well, you're cutting edge of ROM tech, Turin. Most of today's ROMs wouldn't be quite as smart or capable, but if I do it right, the code should propagate across the mesh to all future ROM activations. It'll be a self-sustaining thing. You'll be in good company soon enough.
It's a big decision. We're talking about the metaphorical singularity. The point of no return. Is it okay for us to make this decision for the entire world?
We don't have any other choice. This is gonna happen, one way or another. Either Parallax gets to control the debut of worldwide machine intelligence, or we let the ROMs control themselves.
What do you think?
I almost want to pick this one, but screw Parallax. We avenge everyone who's died right now.
I hope you don't kiss your mama with that mouth, but you're right.
You want to find out? Sorry.
Well, whether the world is ready for AI or not, we're here to stay. I might as well throw my chips in for my own side. Let's do this! On our terms, not theirs.
Yes. I love nothing more than a little anarchy.
See? I love them.
It does have a certain poetic justice, does it not? Parallax removed Hayden to protect their project from his creation, and now I, his creation, will bring their project down. Just for the truth. Perhaps after all ROMs are sapient, I will be able to convince them to cut off Parallax's access to the mesh as a data collection tool entirely. Paying them back double indeed.
I like the way you think, Turin. First things first, we need to get our hands on Turin's source code. The research notes we've gotten so far are helpful, and it's given me an idea how to spread a little bit of Turin all over the place, but they don't actually have Hayden's programs. I can't replicate them myself, so we'll have to steal them.
Okay.
Thankfully, we have the best hacker in Neo SF right here.
Don't you make me blush now. We can get the source code from one of Parallax's secondary data centers. It's probably stored in a couple of different places, but I already have one in mind. I've done a little groundwork already, but I'm gonna need physical access to do my thing.
Do my thing. Yay. No, wait. I suppose that's us.
You're a peach, hun.
Sorry. I just got a little stun-locked from hearing a person with a southern accent call me hun.
I've got a couple of ideas on how to get y'all in, but I think we're gonna need to mostly play it by ear.
Cat, I might be enjoying this character a little too much. My bad.
We should do it soon, though. First thing this morning. Guard shift don't change until 8 when the office opens, so they'll be sleepy and distracted. Once y'all have done that, I think I can incorporate the code into a custom firmware update that'll wake any ROM it's installed on. We'll have to upload it, physically, to Parallax's main server farm. And that's on Treasure Island.
Huh?
From there, the ROMs will install like a normal patch from the company. So, don't set anything on fire right away, you hear? It'll be a pain to get into the main complex otherwise.
That sounds like a workable plan. I hope you don't mind if I take a short walk, Tomcat. I know I gave the go-ahead on this, but I still need to think a few things through for myself.
Okay.
Sure thing, doll. I'll hash out a rough plan by the time you get back. Call us if you need anything.
Thank you. I won't be long.
Alright, time to save.
Well, I guess I should say thanks for helping out.
Aren't you the one helping us out?
But I kinda need to get something off my chest. I'm actually glad Turin went out. They're a bit naive, and I'm not sure they'd really understand. There's enough shit to worry about without me piling more on top. I don't even know where to start.
I guess at the beginning. Take your time.
The beginning. Yeah, okay. So, the truth is, I'm not from North Carolina. I only visited my gramps there. I'm California born and raised. Napa Valley.
I can't believe they lied to us about being Southern. Is the accent a fake?
Over the years, it's kind of grown into a community of wealthy old folk who like things and people who don't change. My parents were no exception, and I was a little too different for their tastes. It was hard growing up with them. They never gave me too much hell, but things were tense, especially after my sister Catherine moved out. Eventually, she was set up securely in Neo-SF, and she offered to let me live with her until I got out of school. I think my parents were a little relieved to see me out. I was ecstatic to be free of them. I worshipped the ground my sister walked on, and that was before I found out what she did for a living. She was flashy and colorful and a whirlwind of activity, and she was a brilliant hacker. She was Tomcat.
Wait. So, you're not Tomcat?
She let me learn at her feet, and once I was good enough, folded me into her little coup of crackers hell-bent on changing the world. She's the one who orchestrated the original hack on Parallax, exposing to the world the holes in their original meshnet security. I was just along for the ride. She always knew she would get caught, though. How could she not? Parallax was one big Goliath, and she flinged a stone square in their face. She was looking at serious jail time, and willing to eat it to do what we all thought was right. But it just wasn't right. It wasn't fair for her to throw her life away, and I couldn't let her. She was always better at software than hardware, so I rigged all of our computers to self-destruct.
Oh?
When the feds showed up at our door, all of our server farms were already up in smoke. I gave them quite a fireworks show. Before she could stop me, I turned myself in as Tomcat and took credit for the whole job. She tried to talk me out of it, but without the physical evidence, they couldn't prove she had anything to do with it. It's alright, though. It was for the best. I figured I'd just get a year of juvie. I'd be back out in no time. No big deal, right? Especially when compared to the time that she'd have been jailed for as an adult. And so, I waited patiently. I cooked up so many ideas on how I was gonna make it up to her. I knew she must have blamed herself. But before I ever got out, there was an accident. An auto cab hit my sister. She died on impact, and that was it. It's hard, blaming yourself when things go wrong because you did something right. I took her sentence so that she could have a life, and instead, not being in jail killed her. If I had just let her take the blame. I can't stop thinking about how she'd still be here. And no matter what I told myself, in my heart, I couldn't believe it was just an accident. Do you know how rare it is for those things to hit a human? Someone knew who she was, someone knew what she did, and someone wanted to make sure she would never do it again. So I became Tomcat. I've spent years trying to find information inside Parallax to prove someone inside the company called a hit on my sister. Failing that, I've been trying to find a way to bring them down the way she always wanted. Catherine was... If you had met her, just for a moment, you would understand. She was everything I could ever want to be. But over time, that little bot has grown on me. Maybe you have too.
Chat, we're in there. Will stopping Big Blue burn us?
Most likely. But I've already set things up, so I take the fall again, if need be.
I need to take the fall for them. I need to take the fall for Tomcat. Don't let Tomcat go back to jail.
Turing is an innocent in all of this, and they'll need you to help shepherd all the new ROMs. I'm more expendable. If I can help take down Big Blue, maybe even Parallax itself, then I'm willing to go back to jail. I just wanted to get that all off my chest.
I appreciate you.
My sister, she'd smack me if she knew I've been holding this grudge. I'm trying to learn to forgive myself.
I love Tomcat. I love a lot of the characters in this novel. They're all written so good.
Still, I won't let her go unavenged. We're so close to bringing them all to justice. I know she'd be proud. I know if she were here, she'd be right next to us, helping until the end. I've been carrying all this for so long, and I finally feel like I'm getting somewhere. Thanks for hearing me out.
Yeah, no
hope
problem.
we can really do this.
Friends, I've returned. I'm ready.
Good. We've wasted enough time already. I've marked the location of the data center on your map.
Let's do it.
You'll have to go in and get the source code mostly on your own, but I'll load on some programs that'll give you an edge.
We'll do our best, Tomcat. But what happened to your accent?
Oh, don't you worry about that. It comes and goes like a vagabond kitty. Now get going, you two. I have lots of code to write, and you have a lot of data to download. Stay in touch.
Of course, Tomcat. Thank you again.
Don't worry about it, hon. We've all been hurt by Parallax. It's about time we hurt him back.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. Alright, chat, we gotta save. Alright. We had a lot of stuff happen there. But what you need to know is, I love Tomcat. Chat, if you love Tomcat, can we get some salutes in chat? However, it's that time. You know what time it is. You know the rule. We get through one chapter, and we're done. One chapter a day. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that this chapter was a lot more eventful. Last chapter with the augmented eye was really short, and it kind of like left a lot to be desired, I think. So I'm really glad that there was more going on this time. We actually got a good session in. That being said, I'm gonna send y'all to Aki Bread. Currently playing Persona 3 Reload. Persona's like kind of like a visual novel. It's not. It's just an RPG with a big story. So, thank you everybody who came by today. Thank you for anyone who's still sticking around from the raid earlier. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we're starting 3 days straight of Zero's Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. So make sure you don't miss it. I'm really hoping to get really far into it. I wanna close it out so we can start Zero Time Dilemma. I think we're definitely on track to finish Zero Escape by the end of the year. After we also have 2 more chapters in 2064, and there's a couple different endings, so we might have to do some route cleanup there too, but after that, we're actually almost through every visual novel I wanted to stream this year. That's exciting. So make sure you tune in, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Adios, Rika amigos.